Hello everybody, it's your favourite chunky man-boobed pal, Murchy McFats, here to help you fulfill your dream and become a Magic the Gathering streamy boy. So, lots of people have asked me, Murchy old pal, you're at the top of your game, you're living large, you've got a fat ass, everything couldn't be rosier. And I say, it wasn't easy to get here, chum. This is how I did it, and I'm going to impart that knowledge onto you so you can follow in the footsteps of an absolute superstar of the game and get to where you want to be, which is sitting at home in your pants with a fan, caressing your balls, ready for work at 1 a.m. in the morning, all wrapped up, 1:45. Ready to take a shit and get down the pub. This intro's gone on too long. Let's see the next of my slide. This has been a big effort on my part, but let's not dwell on that. So first in the old slides, be entirely original. Now, Magic the Gathering has a myriad of people trying to clamber over each other for your precious views. Now, how do you stand out from the crowd? Well, here's a little trick, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to be the absolute best at copying other people doing the same boring shit. So, very first thing, always say the same thing as you start your video. Otherwise, how would they know it's really you? It could be some weird doppelganger who stuck a DNA rod in your anus and cloned you in a lab in 25 minutes. Ha ha ha! I think you could clone me in a microwave with a lump of dog shit and a big wank. But never mind that. So, make sure you start off, ladies and gentlemen, with a 25-minute rambling bullshit deck tech where you just basically have a guess at what you're doing. Because, as we'll come to in a bit, none of those decks that you play are going to be yours. There's a treasure trove of information called MTG Goldfish where I get all my ideas. But we'll keep that to ourselves until the next slide. Then you just play some games, just talk shit over what's actually happening, and then here's the secret to really pull in those fucking saucy views. You take out every game that you lose. You leave one in so that it doesn't look absolutely fake for the morons. But, yeah, we're playing Brews because for whatever reason, that really tweaks the idiots' assholes. But they don't want to actually learn by doing, they want to learn by watching. And they also have the IQ of a flat turd. So, you just have to cut out the losses. If you go 2-10, that's a good day's work. 2-1 on a video. Lovely jubbly, pheasant for dinner, rice and peas. So, let's get on to the next slide. Original brews! This is my favorite part of Magic. The real creative process that'll separate you from anyone else trying to make it big in the Magic the Gathering YouTube and Twitch communities. Now, this one, you're going to want to set your DVRs because this is advice nobody except the King of the Hill can give you. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your fucking balls, because this is basically like that magician-y show from the 90s where a guy in a black mask showed you how all the fucking tricks were done and you were like, Jesus Christ, I wish I was dead. So, let's open this up. You recognize this? This is kind of a solid deck. It's used once or twice, right? Ha ha ha! But nobody's going to want to watch you bumble your way through this forever. 2 or 3 times a week, that's perfect. But once, you're going to have to really bust out the old noggin bruising and come up with something yourself. So, how do you start a completely original deck? Well, bam! Nobody's thought about this. But this is the absolute creme de la balls, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare for Uranus to fucking prolapse. take one of those out. Bang one of these in. Stick that on the box. Title of your video, Bioessence Hydra Brew, Rub-a-dub-dub, Dicks for breakfast. You, my friends, have just created an absolute Brewmite the General sauce. Fucking Dick Shafty McBalls. Done and done. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you follow the old Murchies. Don't forget to like and subscribe and thumbs up and follow me on the Patreon and the Twitch and join. And I also accept donations. I really do like going down the pub on a Tuesday afternoon before my wife gets home from work. And I just the right amount of buzz to give her a lazy floppy cock fuck. And then off to bed for another hard day in the office, basically wanking. Anyway, that's a slight distraction from whatever I'm supposed to be doing. What's next on the Slidey Roos? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this one is an especially rigorous procedure that you're going to have to put the hours in to make sure you don't put your foot in it. Respect your Magic the Gathering elders. Now, if you're new to the game and you see someone who's basically a pathetic loser, don't immediately think, well, this guy looks like an incredible diabetes risk. I've already heard he's broken his back, losing his virginity, and he also seems to be married to a little boy. But never mind all of those things, because he might actually be the foremost authority on this wonderful game. We're talking, of course, in this instance, about a man called Wedge. But also, you're going to have to keep your eyes out for premium charlatan-grade bull bags like Gabby Sparks and some old man called the Professor. I feel like you got to watch out for more things from that guy, but I might get in trouble if I tell you any more behind the scenes. So, what do you do here, ladies and gentlemen, is basically always thumbs up any of their tweets, no matter how asinine and ridiculous, just to make sure that they know you're on the right team. Isn't that right? So, this was not a very long one, because you just basically have to say yeah to everyone. Easy. Next slide. Don't ever, under any circumstance, interact properly with your fans. They need to know that you gotta keep your fucking morons at arm's length. Even though you're playing every day, basically on thousands of dollars of their money on their cards, you don't ever want to divert any of your attention into playing them. It makes for harder videos to edit if you lose all your games, and then they might stop trying to suck your balls. And that's something really keeps this game going. One more, and then I'm off to bed because I've been working for nearly 25 minutes, and I'm fucking gonna take a shit in my ass. This one, absolutely essential when you want to break through their 10,000 sub goal straight into the stratosphere of maximum ball licking. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the community. Now, currently, I'm lucky to say that I don't have a dog in this fight in any way, because I couldn't give a fucking shit about Magic or anything anyone does, but you have to fall in line, otherwise you'll be ostracized quicker than a smart man questioning Wizards' decisions. So currently, we got a bit of a kerfuffle on Twitter with somebody called Therese Nielsen, a prominent lesbian in the Magic the Gathering art world. She has been caught doing the big no-nos, which is being a Republican. So, what do you do about that? Everyone straight on Twitter calling her a fucking bitch, something called a TERF. As now, I'll be like I say, I don't know what that means. I kind of looked on Google, and it seems like a fairly acceptable position to take on the trans community. But as Dave Chappelle will tell you, you don't say anything that's not I think trans people are stunning and brave. And if you're quoting South Park, you know you're absolutely in the right. So, what you do is you get on Twitter, you see what everyone else is doing, and you basically just do this. This is the key tweet, couple of spaces.